All right, local swell trackers, Monday the 5th, and I am back. It is taking a look at the fatty that we had here. That one that reached near 18 feet from this fetch right here. This is dating back to February 1st, Thursday. Starting in the loops, you can see how west that thing was. That fetch ranging from 285 to 310. Plenty shadowing. Guaranteed there were spots that were 18 feet. But look how west that thing was as it weakened to over the weekend. Saturday, that was the peak though. And Sunday was still easy 10. And there were still early 8-footers today. And because this low pressure part of this larger gyra, the low occluded, meaning it kind of stalled and allowed the system to spread out and lengthened the time of that fetch hovering towards us. So thus, one of the best swells, one of the best Vulcan pipeline pros. Congratulations, Josh Moniz. Continuing into the animation, you see we quieted up a little bit on Sunday the 4th. Starting in the animation, some more starts coming off of the Kuril Islands here. Some gales to maybe some severe gales. It doesn't look like a very serious storm, but it's expected to bring us up to 15 feet. Let me get to current models. These are the surface winds. Okay, so here we are. Now it's moving towards the 180 date line, about 1,200 miles away from us over here. And we'll start them in. And here are the proximity. The jet stream it's low. There's some really good winds in it, and it's dipping down towards the islands. Have been bringing a lot of these storms nearby the islands. So this guy weakens as the low lifts north, but not before that fetch is already sent out. There'll be a north to northwest towards the very end here. You can see that fetch for Thursday the 8th, and Friday we'll have some waves building, and by the afternoon, probably up to 8 to 12, we could say possibly 15, with a stronger northeast winds. The trade wind regime will be back. So here comes the next one off of the Kurils, Japan, and this one is going to be a little bit weaker, but we get a spinner real close by the islands once again, and this one has some much more serious winds on Sunday the 11th. This is going to ramp us up, since it's really close to us, to about 10 feet 15 seconds Monday afternoon, the 12th. Continuing in the animations, this guy's lifting north, and the swell will be north-northwest. We are expected to have light east-southeast winds. Well, conditions should be really good for this particular swell, and that'll be the last one we go ahead with a claim on. We're looking at potentially 15 feet out of this one, and that would be Monday afternoon through the morning, just under warning levels on the 13th, Tuesday. All right, those were surface winds. Now we're looking at the swells in the open ocean that those surface winds created. Here is that one that brought us in those 15, 18-foot sets. You can see the westerly angle. You can see how it was part of this larger spinner up here. How broad was that fetch, and it got right on top of us. And we'll continue on these hindcast models from Storm Surf. Here comes that next puppy, just starting off the Kurils. This is the model fantasizing for Tuesday the 6th, which are usually pretty right. And here we go. A decent track there. It had a little bit of an east-southeast tilt for a while, mostly an east track, crossing the date line on Wednesday the 7th. And that's the one that should bring in a little bit of short period west-northwest Friday, maybe Friday morning. Wait. Okay, so here's the current models. We'll roll it on, and you can see that decent track east. It spreads out. It doesn't really look, to be honest with you, to me, that this would be a 15-foot swell. Fetch does get fairly close to us. The jet stream is strong. For sure 8 to 12 plus. I don't know what will make it to that warning level. They'll probably, just to be safe, have it. But that was the storm right there you were just looking at. Here comes a smaller, weaker one Friday. Then we have this stronger spinner right here with some 35-foot seas, and it's on our side of the date line, about maybe 1,000 miles, 900 miles away. It's a pretty powerful storm. It stays put for a while here. It actually stalls, and again, a little bit of an occlusion there. And this one will be cranking us up Monday afternoon, and this one does look to me like it would reach 15 feet just due to the proximity and the power of the winds in that storm. And through the 13th, almost warning levels. And let's take a look at the periods 13 seconds and up. Here was the one that we had over the weekend. Yeah, swell periods, actually, those swell trains, they're a nearly conservative quantity out there in the open ocean. Though the vertical ocean sea heights will lose about half their height every 1,000 miles. If it's an 18-second period, that 18 seconds will show up thousands of miles away, as you can tell from the model runs here. and even from the South Shore. Now here comes the next one. This is our Friday swell, 15-second periods. That one will take off as they see how much they spread out to, like a pebble in a pond. And here's the next one for Monday afternoon from that closer source. Again, we'll roll through these one more time. Here comes Friday, and we'll follow up here with another 15-second swell right there for Monday. Going down under, we have soft fetches, not much to bring anything. If we get two, we'll be grateful. There's occasionally a little pulse up our way. This system right here is tracking the wrong way. We'll actually be sending its energy out towards the east. And you can see that South America is getting plenty. Over here is their season for large, just heavy duty Peru. But for us, hardly any of this is making it up our way. Showing you the animations, you can see this is the only powerful system, but sending the swell effects pointing the wrong direction. And it looks like things are trying down there, but there's just really not enough wind speed, height in the seas to make it up our way. We might see trace 1-foot waves out of this. So we really are going into quite a period here for towns. We'll go ahead and take a look at the swell periods because they're kind of fun. Here comes a little bit of a Tasman Sea. That won't make it up our way. They're trying the northwest swells. There's that one swell coming in from that system I was showing you from approximately the Marshall Islands. Again, you see these periods from the North Pack, they'll go all the way down to the Ross Ice Shelf with the same periods pretty much as they peaked out with in the Northern Pack. Pretty impressive stuff. And when we get those big south swells, they end up in Alaska with just about the same period. Taking a look at the jet stream, wow, some easily over 200 knot winds. Very consolidated, strong, dipping down right towards the islands. There is a split in the jet, high pressure lingering over here in the East Pack. Some trophiness heading up into the Gulf, rolling the animations out. You can see it stays pretty steady. The split stays put. Some weird stuff going on out there. It weakens just for a little bit over the weekend, but then starts to elongate over the islands, keeping that split in it. So thus these systems not able to reach their full potential, but we're doing pretty good, I would say, in Paradise with the scenario we have. And down under, you can see it's a very, very weak jet, often on some meridional or equatorial bound flows like that, but the winds in the jet are just not strong enough to create surface low pressures serious enough to send anything 5,000 miles up the Pacific. All right, the hand-drawn surface charts, we have this front, the blue line there from the former low pressure. The high pressure has been pushed up and over the ridge, over the islands, cutting the winds. And we have that trough from keeping the wet weather over the islands through midweek. Thunderstorms, flood watches, advisories, fog and ice and snow possible for the Big Island. Again, there's this north to south front over Oahu. Water vapor loops show that extending north to south over Kauai. The trough making the atmosphere unstable, and the line of heavy showers and thunderstorms continue to affect us. And things are going to improve, get drier, more stable towards the end of the week when the trades get back from this high pressure here. These are the lows that are bringing us in our waves towards Friday. Finishing up with some weather, we're situated at about 160 longitude, 20 north latitude. You can see that stream of clouds, and we're seeing the effect. The water vapor loops are showing things starting to clear for Kauai, soon to be for us, but we still will have off and on instability, but it is mostly moving east. As you can see that general flow, and again, these are features 20,000 feet up. There's just another view of it. Highs are in the upper 70s, say 77, lows about in the lower 60s. It's pretty cold. Drilled down a little bit further, you can see, boy, man, we had some heavy rain today on Oahu, but it is moving off to the east, as you can tell, hitting Molokai, then Maui, and move over. Going to really hit the Big Island, looks like tonight, but it looks to me like tomorrow's going to be a lot nicer. Tuesday, you see that there is still a bit of occasional south tilt, but you can see how the winds in certain parts are having the southerly flow, but now they're beginning to veer more north, and especially Thursday, north-northeast winds, 10 to 20, with small surf island-wide. As wind swell, though, will be returning then. Heading out a little further, this is the guy bringing in us our Friday swell to hopefully 15 feet, but it is not going to be anything like the conditions we got to witness with this long, rare run of southerly winds. And the reason why we had this was most of those systems were stalling and heading slowly down the island chain, and they were back to back. And you want to talk about getting wet, this is what Oahu just had earlier today, Molokai and Maui getting it. It'll all be out of here shortly. And that's your local swell tracker. I'll catch you back here next week. Thank you for your support. Aloha.